Good morning. Is it the paper maker is here, not Bob the Builder. So these are the papers I created with my pink kitchen sieve. And this was my first try. And at first I thought, really this looks stupid. I don't know if this is going to work. Some of them are beautiful. My nose are running. Some of them are beautiful. I added some of my dried rose petals in. Others are just very plain. But they all came out perfectly, round. So I thought, what am I going to do with them? Really, they are very small. And what am I going to do with them? Well, I was pleasantly surprised of all the little beautiful things I created from these round ones. Look at this one. Remember, just the stencil and white acrylic paint, the thicker one, that is it. Just beautiful. I can use this on a cover of a journal, inside a journal. I thought this came out beautiful. Texture paste. I used texture paste on that one. This was I just tore out the round sides. So this is a little card. Nothing, I haven't done anything with that yet. This is a little card I made, music sheet in front, a piece of beautiful lace, a bow from a beautiful piece of cloth. Voila, look at the beautiful card. So after a while, my one stencil again, look how beautiful, a little card. So I am actually, a stencil again, I'm actually in love with my paper. I love the paper that's this grayish. Is actually kind of a challenge for me because usually my things are more cream. So now to make things with the gray, there you can see a beautiful rose petal on that paper that came out. I just glued and sewed a little book. So I am actually using this book next to my bed and in my handbag as a note, everything that I hear, everything that I need to remember, I write in here. So this morning I wrote something and I thought, I want to share this with you. Turn your shower into a spa, your breakfast into a tasting experience, and your bedtime into a retreat. The ordinary becomes extraordinary with intention. Isn't that exciting? All we need to do is put intention after our boring, everyday, ordinary things. Let me quickly go and get that. This morning, as we were having breakfast, I said, hubby, make me some coffee in my new beautiful cup that I bought at the charity shop for 10 rand yesterday. And what an experience. An ordinary coffee in the morning became extraordinary in these beautiful. This was the set I got. 1 cup, 2 saucers for 10 rand. But that is what it is. So, but look at the saucer. There's flowers and bees and, oh, isn't it beautiful? And this is the flower. I just thought, once again, ordinary coffee at breakfast. Take out the cup. Make it extraordinary. An adventure. Another one of my cards. That was just written in an old book that I tore out. A black, look how beautiful that looks. And voila. Another little book I made, I just one piece, I just folded in half, added a piece of my beautiful cloth that goes with it, the second page, then just many different pages in here. So this is all my, oh, wrong side around. This is all my a little piece of lace I sewed in there. More. So my paper making experience is turning out into an absolute joy. Just one thing. I made these last two books last night and the previous night, just before I went to bed. And it's not easy to create when you're overtired. So I took about half an hour each to finish this. But look at that. That came from an old music sheet. Isn't it gorgeous? I just added a little braiding there. Once again, used my beautiful cloth, sewed it together. This is the awesome thing with these little books. The first one I sewed through everything. That's kind of difficult. Then the second one, I opened it up and I just sewed it there. So I could actually have made this much thicker. So these are one of my little books that I keep with me. Then I don't have to take my whole journal with or everywhere. And this is next to my bed, only for writing down my stuff. But look, remember the book I bought yesterday, where somebody was really making notes? Look how beautiful that is looking. I used it. Love it, love it, love it. So, yesterday I went and I bought this. And this morning, husband helped me to make they call it, I think, a deckle. So this is 2 photo frames that I found in my kist. They moldy, whatever, beautiful, old, but I thought I never used them. So take them, make the deckle and the thing for your paper making and use them, you know. Use what you have to create what you love. So husband helped me there. He's closing the door again. He's working and doesn't want to listen to me. So here you can see the mesh. He helped me with a staple gun to do the one. The one's got the mesh. So this one is supposedly going on top there when you scoop out the paper. So I've done that. So today will be my second time making paper. I'm going to try with the deckle. But first, this is my liquidizer, and they said please use an old one, not your Neo Kitchen one. But husband bought this for me, I think about 3 years ago. I've used it once, so I'm going to use it for this once again. Use what you have. I'm just washing it very nicely after everything. So I'm going to show you my pulp, the rest of my egg carton pulp. It's looking absolutely disgusting, but I got to use them. I mean, here they are now. I am now also becoming a real what do you call it? These are all my pieces. I've got this now next to in my room, and every piece of extra paper that I don't use, I throw in here. So what I've also saw on as I said, this is my second time. My job is to get you excited to try something new. So I am trying paper making because I really wanted pure homemade, nice paper. I love whatever you call it, homemade paper. So I wanted to buy. I couldn't actually really found any, and every time I need to dye all my pages, white pages, to get them nice and like this, like so I decided I'm gonna try. And look at the joy, and I am loving every moment. Could barely wait to get up. husband had, just after breakfast, had to help me make me my deckle, and now here I am. So what I also read up, I don't know, is a woman that's really a paper maker by trade, she just take ordinary paper, actually with this about one piece of paper to make another piece of paper. She took a envelope, threw it in there. So this is my papers. Let's try it. So I'm going to do this batch. Oh, just try this. These are all my old pieces that I cut off, my round ones. What I've actually also realized is you really need very little paper to make nice your homemade paper. So what she did, that woman, who didn't make I am going to use my pulp too, but I just thought, let me just try this. She used a little bit in there. Then she pulped it up nicely. Okay, depending on how smooth you want your paper is how much you're going to do this. But look at the pulp. Look at it. It's beautiful. So what she did then, she went outside, plucked some things. This is some lavenders these are dried lavenders that I had in my room. So I'm just going to take them off, the little flowers. And I'm going to throw them in there. And then she also took grass. So I don't know if I plucked it yesterday on our way back from the beach. And then I picked up some lavenders. What is this? Bougainvillea. So I don't know, do I have to throw them in? I'm going to throw them in later. So now then she put this on again. And that is it. You can see it's very nice. So what I am now going to do is I'm now going to throw my pulp in here. And then with this, I'm going to make some, I always say try new things. That's not really the right word. The right word is do new things. You know, we don't try, we do it. So I am now going to do and make my paper with that deckle thing. So once again, I'm going to pause my video. So when you don't see me again on this video, I pressed the wrong button when I was set up outside. Otherwise, then there will be a part 2. But if I do everything correctly, then you will see me. So what they actually also did to get this a different color, they used paper in there, red paper or whatever. I don't have or old handkerchiefs, so now I'm gonna, not handkerchiefs, serviettes and stuff to get the paper a different color. You can also use food coloring and stuff. I don't know. I like my plain. I wanted it a little bit whiter. So in this, there's only the white paper and a little bit of my other grayish ones. But as I said, I even love the gray. It's just gorgeous. So if I can, you can. I'm going to pause this, go outside. See you then. I'm back. So here I am outside at my purple table. The dogs are here again. And here are my new thing. This is my water. And Charlie is eating a bone. So this is my new pulp. I'm gonna throw that in there, half of the ones, I don't know. You can see my grass didn't really, there are pieces of grass, but lots of pieces of lavender. My paper is actually very full of pieces. I'm gonna throw in more. I think that's too little. My expert opinion. Okay, so there it is. Let's see, I'm putting in my deckle, lifting it up. It looks very nice. Look there, it's really looking quite nice. So now, oopsie, you take off this one. And there you have it. So what they now do with this, I saw, they now throw it onto a piece of cotton. I don't know how they actually do this, that it doesn't fall off, but let me see. Okay. It didn't. Remember, I now got the sieve, the deckle. So somewhere, believe you me, I tried to find a sponge, a large sponge. I couldn't. Dogs, oh goodness. Okay, they are now playing again, so I'll have to go and put them inside the house. So I am now pressing the extra water off here. Now you see, yesterday when I did this 2 days ago, they were not playing, so I could pack all my things around here, but now they are. So just bear with me. I'm gonna close them in the house. What? What? What, Charlie? What, Bella? Huis toe. Huis toe. Well, the back door is open, so let's see how quickly they will be back. Ah, look at this! Look at this! My beautiful piece of paper. Wow! So I am just putting it down on the paving, and let's do the next one. This is much, much easier. Once again with the right equipment. So once again, put the two together. Home frames, you put some netting on the one, put them together, and first always make sure your paper is moving. Then you take it off. I'm actually very impressed. That one of mine is not as thick as the others. Not that I care about my round ones, but that one is actually very thin. So, oopsie. To me, I mean, if you have a big piece of a large table, I should actually go and work there at the back. You have a large table, you can just put your large piece of, I remember I bought this one yesterday, an old tablecloth. So now I've got my small little ones. Once again, I cannot believe it, but the paper really stick to the mesh, so much so that you can just flip it over. So I must admit, you can see my frames, they have this thing there. This actually makes it a little bit harder, I think, if you have this plain square. There was one at the charity shop, but only one. Now I needed two. But once again, this is good enough. Voila, I'm a paper maker. Look there. I mean, now I can start to use colors and things. You should see. I'm going to make it just one more for you to see, but you should actually see how beautiful the pieces of grass is looking. So remember that amount of paper that I threw in? The thing with this I've learned second time around is use lots of water. The paper will be enough. It's funny, it's just very, very funny. So this one I think is a little bit, no, I don't think it's too thick. So these are the ones that I used previously, and I've actually stained my cloth and I love it. So I'm going to put 2 on this one. It's large enough. So there it goes. Really not a problem to just flip it over. Can you believe it? Huh. Once again, use what you have. I don't know if I'm going to like a new thing that I'm learning. I'm never sure. So before saying, no, I'm not going to like it, try it. Because I've actually found out, like with my journal making and things, I really didn't think I'm going to like it. Really. And then I did it, and I am absolutely in love with journal making and working in them. But the awesome thing is, I love it because I'm doing it my way. You got to find your way and then do it your way. I am going with this. This is the piece that I had previously. Oh, it was just lovely in my papers. They've now dried a little bit, so I'm just having these larger pieces in. So try a new thing and then do it your way. That's why I said with this paper, I first tried using what I had available in my house. Then I realized, oh, I love it. So then I once again took what I had in my house, and then all I needed to buy was the mesh. So here it is. Look at the beautiful pieces of flowers in there. I am just, you know, it is just absolutely a miracle that the paper stays on the mesh. So I don't think I'm gonna get another, perhaps I'll get another one out. So it was about, it was a little bit more. You know, I don't know how much paper I used. Remember, that was in the ice cream container. But I got 1, 2, 3, 4 out, most probably another 1. So I got 5 pieces of beautiful paper out. So this I am now going to put somewhere where I hope the dogs will leave it alone to dry. And then they really just peel off. With my round ones, that was thicker. They were definitely thicker than this. But it was sunny. It was very sunny and very hot when I created them. So after half an hour, I could peel them off. They were still not a little bit damp, but I could peel them off. This will take today a little bit longer. The sun is this. It's not very, very sunny, but that is how I do it. And if I can, you can. Thank you for joining me. Oh, you should see there's a water, a little pond there, and the beautiful birds, they are just drinking there, and it's just so beautiful. So what I also love about this is I'm outside. I'm doing it outside. It's a beautiful day, but you can really do this inside because I've got my handdoek, whatever you call that in English. I've got that at the bottom to soak up the extra water, and then I have my piece of cotton, and voila. I also just showing you, if you have one and you haven't got this yet, I bought this one at the charity shop. This is exactly the mesh that you need. So if you get one of these or have one, just make sure you'll be able. This one was too small to cover this big frame, so I couldn't use this. But, and you can also, this will definitely work. Let's just make one. Let's see. I'm gonna try, and just for interesting sake, I bought it now. Okay, this is a little bit difficult. No? That paper is stuck into that piece like glue, man. It's crazy. But I just need a big enough piece to get the round thing on. I think not really big enough, but it's fine. I'm just gonna, as I said, I don't know if I have enough in here, but I did it. Now I'm just putting it in. Very flimsy, not lots of paper. So you know what, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to waste my paper and stuff, but you can really, it will work. The thing with this is also my bowl here is too small, so I cannot get this nice and in with this thing. So, but if I had that, I would have, let's see. I actually want to see if I can have a go with this. You see, with this is the paper flows off, and that is what that square second thing helps with. The paper doesn't flow off, but it still sticks when I flips it over. Well, I have no idea how thin this will be and if I'll be able to get a paper off here, but this is gorgeous. Look there. So this also works very nicely. Well, this is it, my second time paper making. Thanks for joining me. I am in love. I am going back to my liquidizer now, and I'm gonna make use my pulp and throw in some more stuff, and then I'm gonna make paper until I am done. You know, when you feel you want to do something and you keep doing it until you are empty, that's what I'm doing today. What are you gonna do today? That's making you come alive. Glad to be alive. Go and do that. Love you lots. Is it from Zetster's Lab?